Well, hello everybody, and welcome to another Temple Racing Television broadcast brought to you by yours truly. We are here for the seventh race of the season here at Desert Rock Raceway. Um, we got a very interesting track in store. It's very slopey. It's a couple people's favorites, so it'll be cool to watch them out there tonight. Um, as always, I'm always welcomed by the great Mr. Nep Dog. Nep, welcome back for another wonderful broadcast of the Thursday Night Thunder.
Happy Thursday, Josh.
I almost forgot it was Thursday.
Well, I mean, it is Thursday Night Thunder, so it's only right that we're doing this on Thursday.
Exactly, that would make sense. The best part is I didn't bring your Twitch up, Nep, so let me bring that up. Make sure that's ready in the background. There we
Good
go.
thing I already started it up,
That's
right?
the reason it reminded me.
Normally you have to remind me.
It is okay, but like always, we're here for some dirt slinging, fuel alcohol smelling, slider watching, fender banging, dirt track racing action, featuring myself and good old Nep. Um, you know, Nep, what are you looking forward to seeing tonight out of these guys?
Desert Rock's a little bit of a more wider track than what they've been racing on the past couple of weeks. So the way the way some of these guys run, I wouldn't be surprised to see three wide racing. But the problem is, it's another one of those that you've got to watch that high line on the back straightaway because there's no wall up there, and it's easy to get off the track, and then you're out there cutting grass. So it's just one of those. It's a fine line. I was on practicing earlier. I actually set a new personal best. So in my custom setup car. So I was actually impressed with that. I actually dropped down from a 12.9 something to a 12.7, 23 or 33, something like that. So it's still not leaderboard,
Mm,
best, but it's a net best. So I
yep.
mean, but it's a fine line. And what I was learning, and I'll show it here in a little bit when I do my ride along. Um, there's multiple lanes that you can actually run. Some people you're going to see them running on the high side. Some you're going to see them running that high side on the bottom. I mean, on the back on the straightaways, and then diving in and trying to get a good bite into the turn on the low side in the dark, to get a good bite coming out of the turns to get a launch. So be interesting to see, especially with the shape of this track. It's kind of like a D shape.
Which we're
So
actually about to get into right now.
my bad.
Nope, you're all
But
good.
the front straightaway is kind of arched, so you've got to keep that. These drivers are going to have to keep that in their in the back of their mind that it's not so much coming off a four and going straight. You're wanting to go straight, but still keep a little turn in it because make that good bend so that you're ready for the turn three and four or turn one and two when you get to it. So. Um, it's a 4/10 mile, so it's a pretty good sized dirt track. Um, Located in Arizona, Fixational, Arizona. Dirt trioval, 4/10 mile, round trioval, flat to slightly banked. The turns are banked a little bit. Slick desert clay. Race style is a momentum based, multi groove late in the race. Um, and that's for the super dirt late model class. So you look at your top speeds in the super are going to be entering the enter to turns. You're looking at 75 to 85 miles per hour. Mid corners they're moving they're floating between 60 and 70, and then into straightaway they could reach up to speeds of 100 to 110. So it's going to be an interesting track. Approximately qualifying lap average, probably approximately about 95 to 100 miles per hour. So, you know,
Which at
it's
this
about
guy,
momentum and
you're
finding.
moving, man.
Yeah, you're freaking moving on dirt. So they're they're going to have to watch their surrounding, watch cars around them, make sure that if they do take that bottom line and their car slides up a little bit, you don't want to slide up into somebody and take a risk of wrecking them and taking yourself out as well. So who's going to run the Bobby Pierce line? Who's going to run a Jonathan Davenport line around the middle of the track? And who's going to run a Ricky Thornton Jr. line running up at the up at the top the whole damn race? It's going to be interesting to see. If I had to put my money on it, I think I'm going to see Rooster 79 and Shartons are probably going to be running the top line. Hamrick, unless he's changed things up, he used to always run more of like a high line on the back straightaway and dove down into the turns, going into the turns, dove down, and then worked his way back up the track. So, interesting to see. Can Jay Clay come out there in the pros? Or not Jay Clay, but can Hamrick come out there in the pros and go back to back week in the A main? Is Rooster 79 or Sharton going to continue their dominancy out here? I'm ready for it.
Yeah, it's going to be very interesting, and I can't wait to see what type of racing we see here tonight. But Nep, guess what time it is?
It's time for me to strap my helmet on.
It is a ride along. Bring us to glory. Let's see
All
what
right.
you got.
All right, here we go as we load into Desert Rock here. You know, they're going to be looking at 80 laps, 40 laps tonight. So let's see. You're going to come out of here. And it's a good thing I got on earlier because my son had it set up again to where I had cars out here, but I changed it so it's just me. Run that high line. You're going to see them run and try to get that good bite off the back straightaway. Or front straightaway, my bad. And then you're going to see them come diving down there. A 733, that was my fast time. You can run this middle line, it takes a little bit more challenging. They'll drop down low, work your way back up. This is almost a line that I kind of ran, because I always got nervous about flirting with that top, especially on the back straightaway. The front straightaway, not so much. Give it a little lift off the gas, get back in it just as quick. Ready to set that turn. But you can see the racing surface. I mean, it's high. Ooh, and that's what happens when you run off the track. But you look at this, Josh. I mean, it's a good width here. I mean, you could probably get about. These guys might try to go 4, almost 5 wide here. We are talking about this Thunder Cruise. So
It's just if you get too high up in that corner there, you don't see where
yeah,
that berm ends.
and that's
It's
the
game
problem.
over.
You see that white line? You can you'll see some that they might actually run out here, but once they get to about right here, they're wanting to get back on that track. But you'll see some that they'll come off of turn 2, and they're going to come all the way as high up, as much real estate as they can get to carry that speed, to get to about right here, and then dive it back in. So,
Yeah, it'll be interesting to watch. But Nep, thank you for taking us for a couple laps around there, explain the lanes. We appreciate it as always.
not a problem, Josh.
All righty. Well, let's get back over into the good old pod here. Well, broadcast, I should say. Let's just take a little rip through what last week's races were at Lima Land, the Motorsports Park, and look at the points also going into tonight. It's no shocker. The guy that's been on top since the beginning, he's still sitting there, but by how much? That's the real question. Jumping into the Dirt Pro Late Model A main, Hamrick snuck out a win off a hard charging Sharton, followed by Rooster 79, Wolfie Man, and Blake G, rounding out your top 5. Heading over to the super late models, Sharton finally was able to grab victory. It looked like he had one of the cars to beat 100%. So seeing him go out and win it, it was nice to see that. Rooster 79, another really fast guy, in him second. Blake G finished third. Mafia Killer fourth, and then Wolfie Man rounded out your top 5. Now, looking over at the points here, let's look over at the Dirt Pro Late Models. Rooster 79's got a 38-point lead over Hamrick. He's got a comfortable lead. From Hamrick to Jay, Jay to Sharton, Sharton to Bullet Bob Mafia, Mafia to Rowdy, Rowdy to Clinker, Clinker to DTM, and then DTM to Wolfie. Going over on the super late model side, Rooster 79's of course sits right on top. He's got J Clay by 19 points. Then goes Hamrick, Mafia Killer, Sharton, Bullet Bob, Rowdy, Clinker, DTM, and then Wolfie yet again rounds out your top 10 in points. Well, that is all the info we need to cover beforehand. But wait, there's just a little bit more. I gave Nep the task to go through all the races prior to tonight to see what we had here for heat wins and feature wins. As you see here in the pros, total heat wins. Rooster 79, he is badass fast in the heats. You cannot touch him in the heats. He holds the top with 5 wins. Sharton's got
Yeah.
2. Wolfie's
Out
got
of 6,
2. DTM's got 1. Clinker's got 1. And Rooster XX has 1 as well. What were you going to say, Nat?
yeah. Out of 6 heat races that he's been in, he's won 5 of them.
Yep.
I mean, phenomenal odds. And when you look at everybody else, 2-2, 1-1, 1. I mean, when it comes to heat, he has been top notch.
He's been the guy. He has been the guy. And in the race, usually he's a top 3 runner by far, but in the race sometimes you can't get him closed down, which we'll see here in a minute as we come over to the heat wins for the supers. Again, Rooster 79 sits on top of the board with 4 wins. Sharton with 2, Wolfie with 2, DTM with 1, Mafia with 1, TFR with 1, and then Trigun with 1 as well. Yeah, he's just a machine in the heats, and it is crazy to see that he's that good. He is that good. Let's look over here at our features. A mains and the pros. Sharton has got 2. Rooster 79 respectively has 2 as well. And then you have Hamrick with 1 and Jay at 1. I am very surprised this early in the season we see Hamrick and Jay Clay on the board like that. I thought they would get one later in the season, but that really surprises me.
Well, Jay Clay went out there the first race of the season in the pros and won it, and then Hamrick come out there with
Last week,
dang near dominating performance last week to win it. So just goes to show, I mean, that there's it's not just the Rowdy and Sharton show. There's other guys that you never know. This might be their week. So
yeah, and I do feel last week watching how he was performing, Wolfie might have been a guy, might have been the guy that would have knocked off Hamrick for that pro win because he was there.
Yeah, he's one that Wolfie's one of them that, be it the pros or the super, I think he's so close to getting that getting that first win. So of the season. So be interesting to see how the season goes out, how the night goes, and all that. So
I agree. But let's hop over here to the supers. As we can see, Sharton's got 2, Mafia's got 2, DTM's got 1, and of course Rooster 79 snuck himself 1 as well. I am very curious how the rest of the season's going to go. Sharton came in 1 race behind everybody, and he has been flying through the points. He has cracked the top 5 in both categories in pros and supers. It's going to be really, really, really cool to see what that man is able to take care of and able to do here in the next coming weeks. The real question is, Nep, and I gotta ask you this: do you think he's got enough to make up that 50-some points difference between him and Rooster 79 in order to get a crack at the championship?
it's possible. I mean, it's going to be he's going to need Rooster 79 to have a couple rough races, and he's got to come out there and just dominate. With getting heat wins, getting fastest qualifying, getting the fastest lap. Those are extra points, and then string together a run of wins. But it can be done. I mean, all it takes is Rooster 79 for whatever reason to might not be able to make a show or just come out there and have a bad outing. So there's still a lot of tough tracks you know to go before this season's up. So
Yeah, and this honestly is one of them. I don't think this is an easy track at all. Like you were showing us before, that D shape of this track really makes you guess. And as the run goes on, the line pushes up, and everyone saw how close it is to push it on the edge here. So I think we're gonna see some people make a couple oopsies and go flying off the top of the track.
oh yeah, they're going to carry too much speed out of the turn and not get it locked up right and run right off the track. So
Especially in those pros, like those pros, they just push, and it's gonna be hard to really kick that car out.
oh, I agree.
They're running one heat race tonight, so that is a shocker. So I'm going to
Yeah,
assume
I'm
small.
seeing only seven. I'm seeing only 7 people showed up tonight.
Wow.
So um, maybe they're just run. Maybe some guys are running late and they're just gonna. Maybe guys are running late and maybe they'll make it in time for the supers. But um, definitely for the pros, we got 7 cars going. Let me give you a rundown of the drivers that are here tonight so far. We got Big Mike Jr. We got Sharton. He's here. Hamrick 410. Uh, J Clay 19. Mafia Killer 2017. Rowdy 1078. And Rowdy Rooster 79. So you got your top contenders out there. So, um, but at least Sharton shows up. So you got 7 guys. So only one heat. So can Rowdy now that can he continue that with now he's gonna be in a heat with some fast guys that's been over in the other group. So now they're all in one group. So let's see how these heats go tonight.
Did you mention Sharton's name in that
Yeah, Sharton.
announcement? Okay, so
Yeah,
he did
he was
make
the
it.
second driver.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's going to be interesting. You get to see those two duke it out in a heat race, and you get to see those dudes duke it out in a 40 lap feature. Um, I'm excited. I'm
Yeah.
ready to kick this thing off. We're ready to see some fast paced racing tonight. Stuff should goes pretty quick and simple and easy tonight. It's gonna be cool. Gonna be cool. And as we wait here for a few minutes before we start it up, um, yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter, and we've seen this in the past, Nev. It doesn't matter if you have a low car count or not. You can still go out there and
Yeah.
put on a fucking show with 7, 8 cars.
All right. You know, you got and you got some fast guys in this. So I mean, sometimes unfortunately in the dirt track world that happens. You expect more guys, but unfortunately whatever the case may be, something comes up and people's not able to make it, so do you cancel the show? No. People came to see a show, so, you put on a show, whether you've got 30 cars or you've got 2 cars, you know. So, I, personally, I look forward to it, so.
Well, as you go about that, Nep, they just sent in the qualifying for the heat race. And Rooster 79 runs a 13.278, followed by Rowdy 1078 with a 13.440. Then Hamrick with a 13.45. Sharton with a 13.47. No, sorry, Mafia Kill with a 13.474. Sharton with a 14.474 as well. Followed up by Jiggly with 13.6, and then Big Mike with 13.6. So 4 tenths between the whole field. and most of them are within a tenth and a half of each other. So this should be pretty good to go. Nep, if you got any invites, I would get over there right now and let's watch this heat race unfold.
All right.
All right. Let's see what we got. Nep, I'm gonna let you call this sucker.
All right. We're loading in. As I said, we got Rooster 79 starting out on the pole. Outside of him is Rowdy 1078. Ooh, see, somebody's already misjudged coming out of that turn. They're already falling off. Rowdy's running that middle line to hot. He's dropping. Oh, well, then he proves me wrong. Oh, look at this 3 wide for the lead between. Who's the 51 car? Is it? Oh, 51 is Killer. Mafia Killer, Rowdy 1078, and Rooster 79. I mean, they're battling it out like it's the feature race. And the odd thing about this, because it's one heat, all right, everybody's locked into the feature race. Well, you like Rooster here, he could win the race, the heat race, but he could end up starting 7th.
Oh, Rowdy went over the top.
Yeah, Rowdy went over the top, but he's still hanging in there, fighting for 3rd right now. Mafia Killer's running 2nd, followed by.
Oh, Rooster 79's off. Yeah, you gotta watch that.
He saved it though. Yeah, Mafia Killer. He's trying to catch Rooster. As we're at 7 laps completed in the book. We come down the back straightaway into turn 3 and 4. Mafia Killer's trying to make that work on the low side. Rowdy 79's holding on as they come into 1 and 2 down that back straightaway into 3 and 4. Mafia Killer to the inside, trying to make it work. Rooster 79's going to take it on the outside for the heat win, followed by Mafia Killer in 2nd, Rowdy 1078 in 3rd. Sharton would finish 4th, Hamrick 5th, Big Mike 6th, and Jay Clay would finish in 7th. That's your pro late model heat.
This is going to be a very, very interesting race. Just seeing how close those guys were the whole time, I'm ready. I'm ecstatic.
Now we know Hamrick. He's going to have to start 7th, so he's going to be on the backfield all by himself unless somebody showed up while the race was going on. So, be interesting to see where the other 6 guys lie in this wheel. So, are we going to jump over there? As Sharton had the fastest lap in that qualifying with a 13.351. So,
heading over there now, Nep.
All right.
All right, we can back out of here, right?
Yes, sir.
Yep, gotcha. I'm gonna go smoke and piss right quick. I know I got some time.
Dude, that was a beautiful fucking heat race. I'll tell you guys what.
Yeah, that was fun. Man, I know I was slower than Hammer. And just fucking
I was right where he wanted to be. We're like, oh, there goes Rowdy.
Right where he wanted to be, yeah.
Rooster 79. Nice heat win.
Yeah, thank you.
Continuing your streak, so that in the pros that makes it 6 of 7.
Yeah, it's there. Let's not jinx it.
He's turning into another Hayden. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, no.
79 attack.
Close.
He might have 6 heat wins, but he don't have 6 feature wins. So.
No, it's a game changer. It's a game changer.
All right, I'm spinning the wheel.
Of doom or destiny, it just depends.
Big Mike, inside or outside?
Destiny or Doom is Doom.
Wow. The
Outside.
wheel has never been nice to
Outside.
Big Mike.
Starting on
Picked outside that way when I see off track, I don't take nobody with me.
58.
Uh-oh. Oh, shit. Me and Mike, what's up, man?
Your front stretch is none other than Rowdy 1078, or front row is Rowdy 1078 and Big Mike.
Charton's third.
Ooh.
Offie is fourth.
It won't take Charting long. He'll be in first.
Not starting on that bottom unless y'all wash up. I'm hoping Big Mike pushes you out of the way and go to the first corner.
He's up top. I'm down
He's
low.
up top. Rowdy had to be him out of the way.
That's still gonna happen.
Jay,
So right.
Jay starts fifth. Starts sixth. Hamrick starts
By
seventh.
himself on the set.
This
on
wheel
the
does
back.
not like me this year.
Man.
See, Chart, you just followed me through. On the bottom, first and third.
All right. Let's get.
All right, I'm done with that.
I'm glad everybody showed up that actually pretty disappointed. We only have.
It's all right. You
Right in
guys
front
are
of that van.
Good luck, guys.
On a very good racetrack too. Nobody shows up.
All right, and we are back over here as they are getting ready to set everything up here, and it's about to be a main time. Like we mentioned before, only 7 racers tonight, but hey, they can put on a show, and we can definitely sit here and have fun with it, right, Nep?
Always. You know, it's be easy to keep track of. But we seen in that heat race. I mean, they were right there. You know, a couple of guys slipped off the track, like I was warning everybody about. But for the most part, they stayed right together. So, I mean, it's hard to sit there and say, you know, who's got the favorite here. You know, Rowdy 1078, he starts on your pole on the inside. But realistically, you want to start on the outside, which plays in Big Mike's favor. But like somebody said, all it takes is for Rowdy to go into the turn down that low side and misjudge and slide up into Big Mike and push them both off the track, and then third or fourth place car could take it just like what happened last week. So, looking at the 7 cars, we know Hamrick starting in 7th, so it's going to be a big task for him to try to come through the field. But he's got 40 laps to do it in. The key thing is not to get discouraged, not try to just rush immediately to get to the front. Take your time. And it's a big enough track to pass, to try to pass one car at a time. Plenty of laps to get it done in. But the key thing is you got Sharton starting third, and I think Sharton's going to be one of the favorites in this race as he is every week. How long does it take for him to try to make the move to take the lead? And if he does get the lead, does he run away with it, or does he,
Yep, I'm being told to join. So get your ass in there. Let's roll.
Yep, I'm joining.
All right. Feature time in the pros.
Here we go. Right along with Rowdy 1078. They go in, across the start-finish line. They go down to turn 101. Rowdy staying down low. He comes up right across the nose of Big Mike. Big Mike drops down. Sharton's looking to the inside. Ooh, a little 3-car battle right there for second place. Rowdy 1078's enjoying that as it gives him a little bit of cushion in the lead. 4 cars going in, coming out of turn 2. Sharton, whoa! Who was that? That was Big Mike that just went off the track.
Yeah, Mike is a shit.
Oh man! But now Rooster 1078, he's got to go because he has two. Sharton running second, Mafia Killer running third, Rooster 79 running fourth, Hamrick running fifth, and J Clay running sixth. Well, they are just ripping it around this track.
Yeah, I
Sharton looking to the inside.
mean,
But Rowdy's able. Sharton is making that move. He's found that inside of Rooster. I mean Rowdy. Too many Rowdy and Roosters and all that. Too many R's in a bunch. Today's race is brought to you by the letter R. We come down the front straightaway. I'm getting turned around here. Into 1 and 2. Rowdy 1078. He's holding on strong. Sharton every now and then pokes his nose down there, but Rowdy's able to get a good run out of the turn.
he's got to stop letting
Sharton
that car
dives.
push up.
Yeah.
Because that's what's costing him short.
You see right there,
yep.
Sharton got the move on him on that low line, but that outer lane just gets a good drive off.
Mm-hmm.
So Sharton's going to, he's not, when he gets side by side, that's going to kill Rowdy.
Oh,
that's going to move Sharton to the track. Yeah, he went off the track. That's going to kill him. Allowing Sharton to take the lead. Let's get over to Sharton's car. Now can Rowdy regain composure? Oh, look at Rooster 79 dropping low. Oh, but see, you lose so much momentum coming out of that by that dive bomb. Rooster 1078 looks like he's trying to make it back up there and challenge Sharton for the lead.
Rowdy's got a good car under him. He just needs to fucking put it where it needs to go.
He had that one slip up,
yep.
And came off the track. But you see where I said, you're going to see them flirting with that white line on that back straightaway.
Mm-hmm.
As we cross the start-finish line going into 1 and 2, Sharton has a little bit of comfortable lead at the moment, followed by Rowdy 1078, Rooster 79 in third, Mafia Killers in fourth, Hamrick's currently running. He's up to fifth.
Yeah, but the top four have driven away. That's where the race is going to be.
They've gapped, fifth, sixth, and seventh. So, unless the caution
Rowdy getting closer and closer, inching closer.
He's trying. He's trying to make it work. But Sharton's a tough one. But all it takes is one slip up from Sharton. Ooh, Rowdy, a little too high coming out of the turn right there. Now we're seeing Sharton start to kick, just pull away from the second place. Sharton is just a dominating force on dirt. I mean, to see this guy run every week, and he's been coming alive in the NASCAR aspect as well. But to watch him on dirt, I mean, he is smooth.
He's a pretty cool guy too. When you talk to him, he's not an asshole or anything.
He doesn't. Oh yeah, he'll work with you too. Well, somebody's laggy back there.
Oh yeah, Jesus.
That was Mafia Killer. Running back and forth. I mean, we look at the interval. Sharton has a 1.1 lead over Rowdy Rooster 79 in third. The battle, Rooster's trying to make a move on Rowdy 1078, but Sharton is just walking away with it. Rowdy goes off the track. He loses 2 spots, falling from second to fourth.
He is his own worst enemy.
Yeah, he is. He could possibly lose fourth place too, as we see Hamrick is moving. He's trying to make a pass for fourth place on Rowdy 1078. We got that battle between Mafia Killer and Rowdy 79. And Rowdy just drove off the track again. Oh, I hate that. He was running good, but that's all it takes is a little mess up. So
well, and you're seeing too, Sharton's lead's diminishing quick.
Yeah,
it's
these
like
two guys, Rooster 79 and Mafia Killer, they are making the move. But, as we cross with 25 laps of 40 in the book. Ooh, who was that? Who just went off the track?
Mafia Killer.
Yeah, Mafia Killer.
I think Hamrick's up to third right now.
There goes Big Mike. And I think Big Mike was just getting out of the way.
Yeah.
He's running seventh. He's like, hey, let me get out of the way. He's pulling a nip. Let me put it in the grass and let these leaders go by. But now here comes the big thing with Rooster 79 not having Mafia Killer battling with him. He's got open track in front of him and behind him. Can he chase down Sharton?
He's doing a hell of a job. Hell of a job.
Hamrick's moved up from 7th to 3rd, so he's gained 4 spots since this race started. So I just don't think there's enough laps. If we got 10 laps to go in this Pro Late Models feature at Desert Rock Raceway.
The Sharton started pulling away again.
Yeah,
finally found the lane.
It's almost like he toys with them. He lets up a little bit, lets him catch him, and then nope, I'm out of here. But yeah, he is just dialed in. He's running that top line, and he's dropping about the middle of the track. Not dropping too low, but about staying right there in the middle of the track in the turns, and then he floats her back up.
And Rooster 79 is starting to come under fire under third place, and I think if we are correct, that's Hamrick coming for him.
That is Hamrick.
Hamrick's dialed in tonight.
Rooster has a 1.1 second interval over Hamrick, but that time at the line, Hamrick knocks it down to 1.0. So as we're coming to 35 laps of 40, so 6 laps to go, Hamrick knocks another point off of. So Hamrick's moving. It's just, I think it took him a little bit too long to get through the field, get up there to, third. And by that point, Sharton had already took off. We're into 5 laps to go, 36 of 40 laps complete. And we come down the back straightaway. Sharton, anybody watching this, you are seeing the perfect line to run in these Pro Late Models. Mid to high part of the track in the turns, floating it up, just barely coming over that line to cross as we cross with 38 of 40 laps to go. And this time around, the double sticks in the air. Break out the popsicle sticks, 2 laps to go for Sharton. With Rooster 79 in second, Hamrick running third. Rowdy came back up to 4th place. And Mafia Killer's currently running 5th. And that's it. There we have it. Sharton picks up another feature win in the Pro Late Model. Rowdy 79 finishes second, followed by Hamrick finishing third, podium for the 3.
All right, let's go over to W Energy, Victory Lane.
Well, Josh, have you left yet?
I'm heading over right now.
Okay. I'll let you know when I get over there who had the fastest lap.
W Energy Victory Lane, sponsored by W. Great product. Please, for the love of God, go try it. I even have my own promo code, TEMP26. Go get 10% off and enjoy yourself some W. That shit will wake you right up.
All right. We are here in the W Energy Lane. We're waiting for our drivers to pull through TAC. Make sure that everything passes before they get over here for the podium. Josh Sharton had the fastest lap with a 13.308.
Wouldn't surprise me. He was pulling away.
Oh, my bad. I lied to you. I just lied to you. It was. Oh, it might. Yeah. Anyways. Yeah, it was Sharton, because that's who I seen before I left out. He must already left out of the lobby, but Sharton had a fast car. He had the right line. I wonder where these guys are. Hold on, let me go make sure they remember to come over here. Always have to go get these boys. They're so excited to go racing again that they forget to come to victory lane. But all cars pass tech. So let's start it off. Your third place finisher, he started seventh, started at the back of the field, and made his way up to third. Hamrick, congratulations on a good run. Finished third after having to start seventh. That I'm pretty sure is a lock for. Well, I don't know. Rooster 79 had to travel some distance too to get up there, so y'all might be tied for hard charger.
The Rooster would get it since I won last week. Last week's winner don't get it.
Oh, okay. Well, third place finish, did pretty good. Are you ready for the supers?
It's my favorite track, so yes, I am ready.
I know you're not a man of much words, so I'll let you go. I'll pass it over to Josh, who is standing with our second place finisher. Take it away, Josh.
I get to interview Rooster 79 once again. I love these interviews. So from sixth to second, I thought you were gonna get a Sharton there for a little bit, but yeah, I don't know if it looks like to me you guys were moving up the track a little too much in the corners, and it was scrubbing a lot of speed coming off the corners.
Yeah, it was just one of those things where I was able to pull the move on Mafia. And then once I pulled the move on Mafia, those same moves weren't going to work for Sharton. And I was just hoping that Rowdy 78 would mess up just a little bit. I mean, Rowdy 78, he ain't no joke. He's fast. And he messed up just a little bit coming out of 4. I got him. And running my same old line, I was just keeping pace with Sharton. And then I started to run a little low in 1 and 2 and tried to run a little high in 3 and 4. Started to catch him, and then I stepped on my dick, and I had him down. I actually had him down from a 1.4 all the way down to a 0.7.
Oh, we know you were there.
Yeah, I was catching him. Catching him and passing him is one or two different things, and I tried something a little different going into 3, and he stretched it out to a 1.4. I got it back to a 0.8, but by that time it was too late. So, I mean, good race for Sharton, good race Hamrick. I mean, it seemed like an all-around good race.
Yeah, I mean, it was great to see you, and congrats on the P2.
Thanks, appreciate it.
Yep, back to you.
All right, here we are in W Energy Victory Lane with tonight's Pro Late Model feature winner, Sharton. Congratulations on another win. Trying to make ground and points to catch up with the leaders. You're knocking on their doors.
I got a ways to go to catch up from missing the first 2 races.
Yeah, it's hard to do, but you're finding a way to do it by winning races. So, and we got to go back and watch replay. But when we load it back in to the main lobby, I looked up and I saw you had the fastest lap. And then all of a sudden it flipped over to Rowdy. So I'm not for sure what the deal is there. I don't know if you
From
backed
what
out
me and
before.
him were talking about, he hit his before mine because I know I hit mine quick time on the last lap. And he was saying
Okay.
when he turned his on with like 5 or 6 to go, he had already hit his.
Okay. What it does is it does go to whoever hit it the first.
Yeah.
So I guess I guess Rowdy 1078 is your newest fastest lap. I mean, that's the first one for him. But either way, you had a dominated car once you got out there in the lead. You ran clean, coming up. Saw Rowdy 1078 kind of took her cutting grass for a moment, gave you that open window, and once you got around him, you didn't look back. So
No, I was
congratulations on the win.
inconsistent as could be. My lap times were everywhere from the 3s to the 5s and 6s. And luckily, I had got far enough of a lead before Rooster had got up to second to hold him content, because if he'd have been right there to begin with, he probably would have got me.
Man, that's shocked to hear because from our angle, from what we looked at, you had a smooth car. Um, we did see a couple times where they would start to catch up with you, and then all of a sudden you just take off again, and then they'll catch up, and then you take off. I told Josh, that's like,
I couldn't hit my
man, it's like
marks back to back. It looked like like looking at the
it,
line, it didn't look like I changed my line, but my one lap I'd hit mid 3s, low 4s. The next 2 or 3, 4 laps I'd be in the 5s and 6s.
and that must have been when they would catch you because it was like you were playing a game of cat and mouse. It's like you let up a little bit, let them catch you, and then nope, I'm out of here, and then let up. Come on, you can do it. And nope, you're out of here like that old dude. You almost had it. But congratulations tonight. I know you got one more race. You got a heat race and a super race and a super feature to go. So I won't keep you too long. Good luck in the heat race. And maybe we'll be talking
Supers
to
would
you,
be
Victor.
better. Be better. They're a little more dicey. You can kind of shoot them around. So,
Well, maybe we'll see you over there
all right. See ya.
later, bud. All
All right,
right,
now
Josh.
let's head over.
Take back to the broadcast booth.
And just like that, we are back.
All right, we ran up them stairs real quick. They're trying to get everybody in. So far, we got 4 guys in the lobby. So there's 5th. So we need Mike. We're just waiting on Mike and Sharton to get to staging for your super late model qualifying. Um, refresh my mind. Who won last week? Was it Sharton? No, I don't have my notes with me up here. I took earlier, but anyways,
Charlton was in the supers last week.
he won the supers last week. So
Yep.
he's gonna have to start 7th in the heat. I mean 7th in the features. So he's gonna have some work to do. But from what we've seen in the pros, the supers are a lot faster. So it's going to be interesting to see what these guys are able to do. So as everybody's now lined up, so they can run their qualifying. So we'll have that to you momentarily, guys. But Josh, not naming Sharton and Rooster 79. Who do you think could be a underdog in this race that could possibly shock everybody?
Rowdy 1078. If he can
I have to
keep
give
that
it
damn thing off the top, he will be okay.
right. I have to give the way he ran in the pros. I'd have to say yeah, because he up until he made that one mistake, he had a pretty good car. So it'll be interesting to see. They're now currently running their qualifying, so it's going to be nice to see who can pull out the fastest lap and lead this guys to the heat race. Um, takes a moment or two for them to get qualifying in. So take a moment to a pause for the cause, as they say. As they are on their last lap of qualifying, so we should be able to. And luckily, there's only one groups, so shouldn't take long to get loaded back in. So. I'm already on the menu, ready to go for when they tell me to load in, Josh.
Perfect. And I am showing up to get ready for the heat with you.
Anybody watching, give us some ideas of things that we could talk about between this period of them finishing the first feature race and they're running their qualifying. Things that y'all would like to hear us talk about on the show, so that there's not a lot of quiet downtime in between. Sharton with a 12.980. He was the only one that hit in the 12. Mafia Killer would finish, had the second fastest. Third fastest would go to Hamrick. Fourth, Rowdy 79. Fifth would be J Clay. Sixth, Big Mike. And shocker, Rowdy 1078 had the seventh fastest. So Sharton and Mafia Killer on the front row starting this heat race. I'm going to have to tell Rooster79 he needs to move his camera angle over to the other side of the screen so I can see the countdown. Josh.
Oh,
You there?
Yep, I'm still here.
Wake up, buddy.
Oh, I'm up.
We got two races to run it. We got a quick 8-lap heat race, and then we got a 40-lap feature race. So, and then you can go to bed. All right, here we go. We're loading in.
All right.
All right, here we go. Into turn one. Look at Hamrick with a run to the lead. But he can't make it stick. Oh, God.
Wow.
He went for a slide job, but it did not hold. He came up and back around. I did not expect to. Whoa.
Dude, people are driving off the track left and right. Holy shit.
They're going everywhere. God, we got a caution.
Oh, yes,
Wow.
we do.
What the hell
Caution
was that?
in the heat race. My
God.
Lord.
Man, we had cars. Hamrick dove it into 1 and 2, and if he could have made it stick, that would have probably been a hell of a move. But unfortunately, he slid. He come right up the track and right off the track. And second and third would pass him, and he fell right back to fourth. God. What in the world?
What is going on?
I guess we're re-wrecking it.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, for some reason. I don't know what's going on. Let me go do my pit reporting to find out what the heck's going on. I'll be right back with you, Josh.
I'll be right here. As we sit here and wait for them to come back, we take this moment to mention one of our sponsors. First Place Auto Glass. Good old Bob over in Jamestown, New York. He will show and throw a windshield into your car and throw some new wipers on and do anything else you desire that needs glass work. He is your man. Please reach out to Bob if you guys need to ask us for any type of contact info. We will help you right out. Um, First Place Auto Glass at yahoo.com. Hit him up. He's the best around. Again, Jamestown, New York, which is more western New York. Please hit that man up. He will get you squared away.
All right, I'm back. Wow. Okay.
What happened?
So apparently Jay realized he forgot to send me an invite, and he didn't realize that I was already in there. So they all agreed to go ahead and back out and restart the heat so that we could be there.
Oh.
I was like, oh, well, we were already in there, so.
Yeah, we watched Hammer's crazy ass slide job.
Yeah. Yeah, I asked him, I said, what was up with that slide job? And he goes, hey, I threw it. It just didn't stick. It's like, hey,
he was close to letting that bitch stick.
We're loading.
All right, let's see if Hammer wants to throw yet another very, very intriguing slider. As Sharton takes the
He's
lead.
trying. And here we go, Sharton in the lead. Mafia Killer outside. Coming down into 3 and 4. Mafia Killer finds that low line. He gets around Sharton. But here comes Sharton again. Mafia.
Oh, he almost parked it on him. Here comes
Yeah,
Hamrick.
he did. We got 3 cars battling right there between Sharton, Mafia Killer, Hamrick, Jay Clay, Rowdy 1078's up to 5th, Rooster's in 6th, and Big Mike in 7th. Oh, right. Rooster 79 just got off track just a hair. But now we see Hamrick's trying to get around Mafia Killer and try to make a run on Sharton. You know, he said in the interview, Hamrick did, he said he loves this track. That little bit right there, you know, that messes with Sharton. You know, he can't go so high in that turn, but it's so tempting. But look at this, as Hamrick has gotten around Mafia Killer, he's going to try to make a move here, but he's slowly running out of room. 6, you know, as we just crossed the line for 7 laps of 8 completed, so 2 laps to go. The key's going to be that I think for Hamrick's going to be where he starts this race.
Oh, Hamrick's. Oh, wow. Sharton drove
that
off
almost
the track.
cost Sharton to win. As we're on our with 2 laps to go. No, 1 lap to go. My bad. Look at it, Hamrick. He tried to make a move, but Sharton is going to pick it up. Sharton with the first place, followed by Hamrick and Mafia Killer in 3rd. So,
all right, we have some Wheel of Death to go watch.
Yes, sir, we do.
Over we go.
Oh.
3-month commitment. After 2 months, by the way, where did you go into? I actually, where did you go into? Probably with my boss, supervisor. Are you still living there? Are you in a relationship with that person? You don't think that person has a roommate? Yes.
Right. We're over here and driving in the pits. waiting on the starting lineup for tonight's super late model feature at Desert Rock Raceway in Podunk Town, Arizona. Now we know Sharton's going to start seventh in this race with the win last week, so he's got some work to do, Josh. But so the key is, can he come to the field and hopefully, fingers crossed, if Jay Clay would unmute his mic so we can actually hear him announce how the wheels go. Thanks, Ned. I forgot I was muted.
Mafia. Outside.
Hamrick. Pole.
Oh, wow. Well, Hamrick, you're not going to have to make that dive move right now.
J. Clay just saying that you have it. It's already said. Unless you want
Not
to
where I
yell
want to
at
be.
Jay. Third.
Gay's third? Who's Gay?
I
Yeah, who's
thought he
gay?
said gay too. Gay is third. Whoever lines up in third.
Come on.
Whoever starts gay.
No.
1078.
Fourth?
Oh, he just called you gay. That's
No.
Yeah, Jay's mic's cutting in and out.
Oh, we know.
So we know Jay Clay,
He's
Wheel of
third.
Doom can fuck everybody, and his bike is confusing everybody. So
Rooster. Fifth. All right.
hey, at least you're not seventh.
All right.
Yep.
oh, here we go,
Hard
everybody.
charger to charting.
Your lineup tonight, starting on the pole, will be
No, I can't get
Hamrick.
hard charger because I have to start last. You don't get hard
Oh.
charger for that.
Yeah.
Crock of shit.
Honestly, bro.
Hamrick. Lobby.
It's good for the points. It sucks for the next week. You don't get
Where do
nothing.
I start?
Wow, I was muted this whole time. Okay. Well, that's some very interesting placements there. Hamrick and Mafia Killer share the front row. Can't wait to see how this works out tonight. You got a lot of the super fast guys out of group in that category. Rooster 79 and Sharton, they're starting at the back of the field. So, yeah, this is going to be an interesting one to watch. I don't know where my colleague Nep is, but he's somewhere. Yep,
All right.
there he is.
All right, here we go, guys. Your starting lineup tonight for the Supers late models at Desert Rock Speedway. Starting on the pole is Hamrick. Outside front row will be Mafia Killer. Inside row 2 is Jay Clay. Outside is Rowdy 1078. On the inside of row 3 is Rowdy 79. And on the outside of row 3, Big Mike. And then trailing the field is Sharton, your heat race winner. So Sharton's got some work to do here to go from the back to the front. So, and it's not an easy field of cars to try to make his way through. So it'll be interesting to see if he can go back-to-back weeks. I'm interested to see, Hamrick starting on the pole, if he can make that move. So.
Yep, I'm excited to see what happens. There's a lot of mixing up in this field, and I am ready
Oh,
for
yeah.
it. Join Nep. It's go time.
Let's go. It's time to rock and roll. Rock and roll. Alright, here we go. Desert Rock Raceway. 14th mile. They come out of turn 4 to get that green flag. Hammock to the inside. He's going to drop low. Mafia Killer to the outside. Hammock's as Mafia Killer pulls out in front of Hammock. Down the front straightaway into turn 1 and 2. Mafia Killer's got a strong running car. It look like Jay Clay's running third. Sharton's already up to fifth, as he's trying to work his way through these cars. But the key is, how much of a lead can Mafia Killer get before, if Sharton does move up there? And then Hamrick, he's running hard second. Dive into 3 and 4, coming down the front straightaway in that D-shaped tri-oval, down into 1 and 2. There's single file throughout the field. Oh, third place goes off the track a little bit, but he's able to save it. Looks like Hamrick might be catching it. Well, he was catching him a little bit, but Mafia Killer's pulled back out. Pretty stalemate racing at the moment with Mafia Killer in your lead. Hamrick's running second. Jay Clay running third. Rooster 79 running fourth. Sharton's running fifth. Rowdy 1078's running sixth. And Big Mike rounding out the field in seventh. We just crossed 7 laps complete. Oh! Was that Jay Clay that just... Yeah, Jay Clay just went off the track. That hurt him. He fell all the way from third all the way back to fifth. So that's one thing we talked about earlier. Coming off these tracks can kill you. As we see Mafia Killer running that line that looked like Sharton was running in the heat race. Hammock's holding his own. He likes this track. He was hoping to pull something out, but it might take for Mafia Killer to make a mistake here, as Rooster 79 is trying to make a move to the inside of Hamrick to capture the second place. Go back and look at that battle right now for second place. As Rooster 79 is trying everything he can to try to figure out the line to get around Hamrick. Hamrick running a smooth line up high. Down the back straightaway. Into turn 3 and 4. Rooster looks to the inside. He can't get any ground. Hamrick pulls away down into 1 and 2. Looks like Rooster got a little bit of ground on him right there. But Hamrick's holding tight, running in second place. And Sharton's trying to make his way up there as he's running in fourth place behind Rooster 79. But he just doesn't seem, this battle right here for second is the battle to watch on the track right now, as Mafia Killer has pulled off to a big lead over second place Hamrick. And then we got Hamrick, Rooster 79, and Sharton.
Yep.
And they're battling, trying to make a show for second. Hamrick. Oh, man. He made a mistake, and that's going to cost him.
All it needs, one little mistake.
Yeah. As you look at Sharton, Hamrick's trying to make it back around Sharton, but Sharton's currently trying to make his move, get around Rowdy 79. Let me find Rowdy 79's car. There it is.
First 79. Yep, there it is.
All right, down the back straightaway into turn 3 and 4. Now into that tri-oval. Cross the start-finish line, down into 1 and 2. We're coming up on our halfway mark. Cross flags in the air. for your race leader, Mafia Killer, who is pulled off to a to a .7 interval over Rooster 79. He's not, he's not walking away from him, but Rooster's not able to make any ground on him either. They're kind of stalemate at the moment. As your top 5 right now, as we speak, is Mafia Killer first, Rooster 79 in second, Sharton in third, Hamrick in fourth, Rowdy 1078 in fifth. As now, we need to get to Mafia Killer's view because Rowdy is there. He is he's half a second behind Mafia Killer. Mafia Killer's running as hard as he can to try to keep this lead, but Rooster 79 is pushing everything he has in that car to try to catch up with the leader.
Throw the top 4 under a blanket.
Oh, man. All it takes is one mess up from the leader, and any of these 4 guys could walk away with it. We crossed 28 laps completed in a 40-lap feature, so 12 laps to go. As we come down the back straightaway into turn 3 and 4, cross the line, back down into 1 and 2. Interval between, and Mafia is starting to pull back up as he's back up to a .6 interval over Rooster 79. Sharton with a .6 seconds behind Rooster 79 in third. No, so I got a gas bubble in my chest. You're getting too much excitement as we cross 10 laps to go in your super late model feature race. Down the front straightaway into turn 1 and 2. Rooster now closes to a 0.3 second gap interval from your Rooster Mafia Killer. And Sharton now right on the ass end of freaking Rooster also, so this could come down to the wire, Josh. Not a lot.
Yeah, man. This is nuts. I mean, they pulled a little bit away from Hamrick, but now it's a 3-horse battle, and Hamrick's just sitting there about a half second behind him.
And it's go time because we just crossed, 35 laps of 40 completed, so 6 laps to go. So when we cross this time, there's only 5 laps to go. So, Rooster and Sharton, they're going to have to get on it if they're going to take this one away from Mafia Killer. He's been the dominant car the whole race, so they cross the line, 4 laps to go. Mafia back up to a .7 second interval over. Oh, that hurt him a little bit, but he's able to rebound. But that closed that gap between first and second.
Yeah, that was scary, man.
Oh, no!
Oh, who was that? That's a big wreck.
Oh, I hope the caution comes out because that just killed Sharton's.
Was that?
Oh, I'm not for sure, but whoever it was.
I know it was a white car, and they were, like, dead. That sucks.
Yeah, because
it destroyed Rooster 79. I don't think he's second anymore.
I mean, no. Hamrick's in second, Sharton's in third, Rooster 79 in fourth, Jay Clay's in fifth, and Big Mike's in sixth.
Wow. We had an interesting race that was coming down to nothing.
That's it. Mafia Killer gets the win. Damn.
Wow.
Rowdy 1078 finished 7th. Oh man, we about to see a battle right there.
We're about to see.
Either way, congratulations to Mafia Killer on the win. We hate to see that. The lap car took out second and third in a hell of a battle.
Yeah, that was coming down to the last second, and we're going to have to go back and watch Rooster 79 stream on that one because I'm curious what happened. But Nev, let's get over to Victory Lane.
Oh yeah.
Wow. Want to talk about some shit? I can't believe what the fuck just happened there. I have no clue what on earth just happened there.
Just for the books, Rowdy 1079 had the fastest lap with a 12.9.
Rowdy 1079 or Rowdy 1078?
1078, my bad.
Okay.
Yeah, Rowdy 1078 had a 12.937. Second was Hamrick with a 952. And then third was Sharton with a 965. So, heartbreaking for Rooster and Sharton as they were right there. And unfortunately,
apparently we're getting reports that was Rowdy 1078 that caused that.
Looked like his car hooked right, right at the wrong time, collecting second and third place cars, and man, I hated that for Rooster because he was coming. He was right there on the back bumper of Sharton, but either way,
That wasn't me. That was Mafia. I was running behind Rooster.
yeah. Well, Mafia was out in the lead.
Mm-hmm.
Who did finish third?
Me.
Oh, you did? Okay. My bad.
After the wreck, I was running
All over
third.
my fucking left side, all over my left ear,
And
hitting the
then
track, hitting up the track.
after the wreck, I was able to salvage it, but Rooster lost the spot. He lost two.
Oh, yeah.
It was going to be a hell of a finish because Mafia messed up, and we both reeled him in. So it was going to come down to the last 2 or 3 laps. But
yeah, I just sat there and said it. With 5 to go, y'all two were right there on Mafia, and it looked like at any moment we were going to have a battle at the end. And then we couldn't make out on the video on who with the white car that hooked right. And
yeah, Rowdy 1078 reset his car, and then when he got back in the gas to get going again, when it shot across.
Oh man, I hate that. But good race up until the last couple of laps and a mishap there. I'm sure Rowdy 1078 didn't do it on purpose, and I know he felt bad about it. But Sharton, third place finish. You're here again. Helps out a little bit with points. You did get a podium finish, but congratulations on the third. You had a great battle. Coming all the way from seventh up to third. You might have had something there at the end, but congratulations on third place finish, bud.
Yeah, I had a good car. I think I was a little bit faster than Rooster because I'd pull him every other corner and get up to his left rear, and his line varied from mine. He'd come down a little bit sooner than I did when I was still hitting my apex, and so we'd meet every time out of the corner exits. But it wasn't bad. Could be worse.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean that little mishap there could have took y'all both out. Took you completely out of contention. So, but third place either way. Congratulations, Josh. You want to interview Hamrick?
Of course I will. Mr. Hamrick, some will say you have the luckiest horseshoe shoved in your ass right now. But yet, P2 in the supers, how the hell were you able to come off with that, and how did you get away and stay away from the crazy wreck that happened?
I started on the pole, so I had one hiccup behind Mafia, and it fucked my whole race. But I dove to the bottom of the wreck, so I did sideswipe somebody.
Well, I have Rooster 79's stream pulled up, so after we're done interviewing the winner, we're gonna go back and watch those last 3 laps and see what happened.
The winner will not be here. He has to pick up his daughter.
Okay,
Okay.
all right, we appreciate that. But Mafia Killer, he comes out and he gets another win. Good for him. Sharton, good run for you in the P3, and Hamrick, fucking P2. Hamrick, you came out and showed out tonight, so congrats on getting these podiums.
Thank you, gentlemen.
All right, Nips. Let's step away here and go watch this last 3 laps of Rooster 79 stream to see his view, and I'm sure he was very detailed on what happened. So let's go take a look.
All
All right,
right.
we're hopping right over here, right over there. Let's get this big screen. All right, so as we see, Rowdy 1078's car is already pointing to the right. You have Mafia in front of him. You have Sharton right behind him. Let's watch this mess unfold.
No, what the?
Yeah, I am. I'm watching this.
Somebody was not happy.
No, I can hear that.
And rightfully so. That was, I would not be happy with that. That was a bad spot for himself.
I know. I was hoping Foxy came out right there because I mean I hated for Rooster. He had a fast car.
Oh yeah, slammed the headset down, dude, and left. I feel bad for him. What a rough ending to such an awesome ass race. But in other news, that is about all we have for tonight. Let's stop off with our first sponsor of the night, which would be First Place Autoglass, the leader in autoglass. For all serious inquiries, please email firstplaceautoglass@yahoo.com. That is good old Bob, Jamestown, New York. If you're around that area, please go visit him. If you need him for any of your autoglass needs, he is your man. He does have wipers, so please hit him up. Also, Dubby. Head over to www.dubby.gg. Use the promo code TEMP26 and get 10% off your order. Please go over, try it. It's great. I don't take it as much as I should, but it is some strong, powerful shit. Nep,
Hey, Josh, can I say something real quick?
I'm listening, Jay.
So I'm pretty disappointed that we had 7 people show up tonight out of 23 people that are in our Discord chat.
Yep, I agree completely.
Yeah, I
Like,
seen where Clinker messaged. He forgot all about it. His daughter had a t-ball game or something like that. But
No, I understand that, but I mean, there's people in there that don't even message, don't even say anything. They just don't show up.
And that's
Right.
when
And
you
look,
whittle out the weak links.
Rooster 79's in here, so you can interview him.
Well, we went back
real
and
quick,
watched his replay.
yeah,
Let's
real
start
quick
off with
before we
that.
talk to Rooster 79. Like I said earlier in the show, Jay. I don't even know if we're still live or not.
We are. I did not kick it off
Okay.
yet.
Okay. Well, good thing. But like I said earlier, unfortunately, there's nights like that in racing where you hope for a big field, and unfortunately, you only get 7. I think even with just the 7 cars tonight, every driver came out, other than the one hiccup with Rowdy 1078 there at the end. I think it was some great racing action. There
It was
wasn't a
great
lot of
racing
door.
tonight.
It wasn't a lot of door beating like we've seen in the a couple of weeks ago. It was clean racing. People raced each other with respect and clean on the track. They try to make moves and not force people off the track to try to make the spots. So,
That's not true.
well,
Sherton hit me up the track probably 10 times.
oh, but for the most part, some good racing tonight. I Rooster, I hate, you know, I I saw and even Shartney even said it looked like it was about to be a good battle right there at the end for
It
first
was.
place. Y'all were making ground on Mafia Killer, and just unfortunately, it wasn't a hiccup on the track and took you out of contention. I'm glad you jumped in here. You had a
And I
good run
figured
in
you guys
car.
probably wanted to hear my side.
Oh yeah,
Oh, we
always.
saw it.
Yeah.
We watched
Oh,
it.
We went
well,
back
the
and even
thing is
watched it
that
live.
Rowdy 78 isn't the one that I'm most upset about. I mean, yeah, that sucks, but I shouldn't have been that far back. You know, I've been doing this shit since Heat 1 came out. What was that, 10 years ago? Roughly
Yeah,
ish,
yeah.
somewhere in there. You know, I could take a bump. It's racing. Bumping is racing. If you don't like bumping, then get the hell out of it. You know, you don't belong in this series. But you know, certain whatever 501, whatever his name is, he admitted to me last week that he hung on my left ear and pushed me up the track at Lima Land. Okay, whatever. You know, I don't know if you could tell on you know on your guys' screen, but going into turn 1, there was probably 10 times that he hit me up the track and hit me up into the dark. He cost me probably a full second,
The
and then
one
I think he went high and went off the track at one time and dropped back quite a ways, and then I had a couple of hiccups, but it was still gaining on Mafia, and he certainly caught back up and going into one like 3 or 4 more times, hit me up the track. It's like, dude, my rule is this: a bump and run is fine. Bump and run is racing. That's just the way it is. But you get one chance at a bump and run. If you can't pull it off, do what I did. I mean, yeah, I screwed up and I hit Hamrick last week, but that was the first hiccup that I've had. I've passed everybody clean. I don't understand why people have to do that, but I mean, it is what it is. I'll race. I'm not gonna wreck him. I'm not like that, but I will be pushing him up the track. And as far as Rowdy 78, that thing goes. You know, reset your car. You know, he wanted to get back up there and try to start battling to get his spots, but like, stay down, stay out of the groove. You know.
Yeah.
the one
Especially
thing
when
I will
you got
say,
leaders coming.
Nev,
Especially
hold
when
on
you
one
got
second.
leaders come. Oh, go ahead.
So the one thing I will say from the view that we had, you guys were running 2 different lanes. You would cut down more off the corner. His car would stay in the center. So I don't know if he was pushing you. He just wasn't giving an inch and holding his lane. So
He was
Yeah.
pushing me.
yeah,
When we were going in, I could see it in the mirror. He was coming up the track and he was hitting. I mean, I had a one strict lane, and I kept my right rears on the dark, or my right sides on the dark, between the dark and the light, and he would come up and it wasn't like they were vicious hits. I mean, a couple of them might have been bubble hits. You know, I'll give him that.
Right.
But it's just, I don't know. I'll talk to him. He seems like a guy that you can talk to and be like, hey man, I understand we're running the same lap times. It's the same thing with Hamrick and I. Last year, good God, Hamrick and I hit each other probably 20 freaking times. And most of the time it was my fault. You got 2 guys running the same exact lap times. I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah, I would definitely reach
just,
out to him.
yeah.
Sharton's a good guy. I would definitely reach out to him because I know he's one that does record as well. So one thing we've seen with this game in the past, um, views could be off a little bit. So where on his screen might not look like he really forcing you up, where on yours is different. But yeah, I'd reach out to him because he's definitely. I know on the NASCAR aspect, he's a very clean guy. So, but in Rooster, I've raced with you for a long time. You tend to be a pretty good, clean driver, unless somebody
Yeah.
really pisses you off, and then you're going to send them to the fucking
Uh,
hot dog
he's
stand. But
he's getting there. Like I said, they weren't malicious hits, but it doesn't take malicious hits. If you do, 10 small hits on somebody, that could cost you a full second over time. It's just like knocking off a tenth here, knocking off a tenth there. That ends up being a full second by the end of the race. But I mean, Josh and I, when I was running Josh's league, we had a few run-ins because we ran the same lap times in the NASCAR series, and they just sometimes it happens, but sometimes you just got to say enough is enough, and you got to do what you got to do to get somebody's attention.
I hear you there.
All right, I'm gonna jump off of here, fellas. Y'all have a good night, okay?
You have a good
You
one.
too, bud.
All right, so back to what I was doing beforehand. At least we got that off our chest. Nep, I'm sure you can agree with me though. We'll touch a little bit more on that before we go anywhere. They were running two different lines, really, from what I saw.
Yeah.
I'm sure if you go over, Charton now goes on Twitch and he streams every single thing. He's not a dirty guy at all. He gives way more than he takes.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you go back and watch our video from tonight,
Yep.
because I'm in there on my Twitch. So on my camera angle, yeah, Sharton was right there, but I didn't really see too much of him, getting into him. I seen him dropping low, but I didn't see too much contact. But that's why I was why I was saying, we know how these games are. You can't get it perfect,
Nope.
the views, and what your camera angle might be completely different than what their camera angle is.
Mm-hmm.
So on Shart, I'd love to see Sharton's footage of it because, he might have been just right below him and it was a bubble situation.
Yep.
But from our angle, and I'm not saying that Rowdy's wrong about it because by all means, that's not the case. But from the angle that we were watching, I didn't really see that. But so would be interesting to see both angles and see, compare it. We can go
Compare,
back and
contrast.
watch.
Yep.
We can go back and watch Rowdy's video because he posts on live on YouTube, so you can always go back and watch that. But it'd be interesting to see Sharton's point of view and see, where he was at on the track and all that. But
Yeah.
the
And we'll do
best,
that another
and
time.
sometimes,
But
and sometimes
tonight
I
we're
I get Rowdy coming in here. He had to get things off his chest. He got it off his chest. To me, he was for the most part respectful. I mean, he's a little irritated because on his end, he felt like he was being pushed up the track and all that. And I've been in that situation before, and I get it. It rubs you wrong. But hopefully he can, get with Sharton and watch Sharton's point of view, and we'll have to follow up on it.
yes, we will, Nep. But we are done for tonight here. Thanks everyone for stopping in. A lot of crazy stuff, a lot of crazy action that we witnessed tonight, and it was a great thing to see. So again, thanks everyone for tuning in to tonight's broadcast of Thursday Night Thunder. We hope you enjoyed tonight's broadcast. Us here at TRT will always see you guys, and we will catch y'all next week.